My biggest obstacle with bow hunting is the precision of it and having to have the patience to let the turkey or the deer or any of the animals come to you, and being able to accept that you're going to miss sometimes, because I was very mad at myself. I thought I was the problem the first couple of times when I shot and I missed, or I shot and it didn't kill. And so just being able to accept that you're not going to get an animal every time you shoot, and it's not always going to be the perfect hunt, is, I feel like, one of my biggest challenges, and one of the biggest challenges of hunting at all, but especially bow hunting.
Especially bow hunting, yep. Well, welcome back to another week of Midwest Whitetail. It is a beautiful day here in early May in Iowa, and we are in 4th season of turkey season here in Iowa. Guys are still out and about chasing birds. We're down to our last week of the season here in Iowa. Good luck to all of you who are still out there chasing. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and it's Bella's development as a bow hunter. We've gone through this process where I got her to the Hoyt Kobalt, and last year we went out turkey hunting and we spent time deer hunting. Went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and then this year she was able to find success in the turkey woods with the bow in hand. And we've recently actually upgraded her to the RX-8. We'll talk a little bit about all those things, and she's super excited, as am I, to be chasing whitetails this fall. So for those of you who follow along, you know that Bella's been hunting with me for years now. She's had a lot of great success, and arguably it's the most exciting part of my hunting these days. I just love being out in the woods with the kids. And obviously Bella being my oldest, we have the most experience together, and it definitely means a lot to me to be out there with her. And Bella's really seemed to have developed a passion just for being outdoors, and she picked up the bow basically a year and a half ago. Really started honing the skill and practicing every day last spring in preparation for turkey season. Our first sit was pretty exciting. Do you remember that very well?
It was the one where I shot and it hit the turkey, but the turkey flapped the wing. Yeah.
Didn't penetrate, yeah.
That was an experience.
Yeah. It started out, actually, I mean, there were a lot of birds right on the roost, right near us. And the first set of toms that came in, you drew back.
Yeah.
They destroyed the decoy, knocked him off the stake.
I thought that I would have more time to draw back and pull the trigger, the release. They just went straight for the decoy, and I was really shocked. So I didn't shoot, and the first two got away.
Got away, yeah. I mean, I'll never forget her looking back at me full of draw, being like, what just happened? The decoy's laying on the ground and the toms are walking off, happy of the work they did. We actually lowered Bella out the window of the blind to go stand the decoy back up.
I'm a dog.
And no sooner could climb back in the window, here come two more toms, or another tom out of the timber.
Just one.
That single didn't give us a shot. He stayed far away. Yeah. Eventually we had a group of 3 toms come in, circle the blind, and she was able to draw back. As they walked into the decoy and hesitated for just a second, she was able to put what I would say was a perfect shot. I mean, it just hit directly in the wing butt and didn't get any penetration. Part of that is my fault, obviously. I was using a 2-inch mechanical blade. She was pulling back, probably 35 pounds, and I wanted the forgiveness of the mechanical. Obviously hitting the bird in the body, or not in the wing butt, it probably would have worked just fine, but there wasn't enough power there to break the wing, and it was a big giant tom. Basically flapped his wings and threw the arrow in the air and went standing in the timber, and I kept waiting for him to fall over, but never did. Fast forward to deer season of last year, and we got to spend some time in a tree together. You continue your practice throughout the summer and fall, and November rolled around, and that was something I'd been looking forward to for many years, Bella and I in a tree stand together.
Hi everyone, it is the afternoon of the 18th, and we are currently in the pinch. This is my first time bow hunting on a doe, and I'm really excited.
It's a different kind of feeling, bow hunting, obviously. We can go out and sit in a blind late season and hunt over food and have that kind of experience, and it's been wonderful, but it's certainly a different kind of feeling to get in a tree stand. What was it like, your first few experiences in the tree stand?
Well, the first thought I had when you said that we were gonna go into the tree stand is, finally, because I obviously love being outdoors and I've always wanted to get into a tree stand, and you said, wait until you're older, wait until we have a harness for you, and when you finally said that we could go up in a tree stand together, I was just so happy, and I was like, yes, I can finally do what my dad does, and I can go up and I can shoot a deer. Obviously we didn't shoot at anything, but it was still it was such a memory for me, and I loved it.
Yeah, you hear us talking about all of our experiences out there and how much fun it is, and as I mentioned, it's just different being in a tree, right? It's more personal.
And you can see everything.
Yeah, it's just you're in the moment more, so.
Just being able to look down and seeing them, like if I'm the tree and the buck's just there, it's like amazing how close we can get to wildlife without them actually noticing, and it's wonderful.
At the same time, we were trying to shoot a mature doe.
Yeah.
And what did I tell you?
The does were gonna be so much more jumpy and so much more alert than like the bucks or the young deer, because
particularly the young bucks, right? We had 1.5-year-old bucks, we had fawns, clueless, not paying attention. You know, they're young animals, and then you see the matriarch doe come out, and she's 100 yards away, and she like picked us off in the tree, and like we weren't even moving. And you know, it's an interesting observation to watch who's in charge of keeping the group of deer safe, right? You could tell, and they're high alert, and I thought it was funny. She played the part so well whenever I was saying that, get ready, and she walked out and, you know, right away looked at us. It was late November, and so there wasn't much foliage. That area of the river farm, there's just not a lot of areas to get hidden in a tree. I was hanging pretty low. We were 12 feet maybe. I didn't want to get too high, mainly for the shot angle for Bella, but also just from a safety standpoint. We don't need to get sky high. I did have a lifeline set up. We both had harnesses on, obviously, but want to make sure she feels comfortable, and we're easing into that. It was kind of interesting to have the deer come so close, but also have some of those experiences that present challenges to getting deer in bow range. One of the things with that Kobalt, it's a great bow. It's their fully adjustable bow, really wide range of draw length, really wide range of poundages, so that you can start little ones on it, and as they grow, you can increase the settings. Even now that Bella's got a new bow, I've turned the draw length on the Kobalt down to 21 inches, and it's like 18 pounds, and my 8-year-old can draw it, so she's starting to shoot. You know, all the little brothers and sisters want to be like Bella, so even the twin boys were trying to pull it back and couldn't quite do it yet. One of the things that makes that bow nice for kids is it's just got a really easy draw, and it's got a real spongy back wall, which just gives some play, but whenever Bella's really trying to be precise and reproducible, we had to really talk about anchor point and really pulling all the way back into the wall.
Yeah, I remember the couple of times the range.
The group was a little bit more spread out. Yeah.
And when I finally got through the sponge wall, it got smaller so that all the arrows were like an inch apart.
That's right. Yeah, you were really reproducible, and that's what we're going for, particularly when we're going to go hunting, right? So you want to just be as reproducible as possible to minimize errors and wounding an animal, and you figured that out and picked up on it and applied it really quickly. I'm excited to see how you do with the new bow, because
I'm excited too.
It's going to be a whole different experience, really. It's cool for me as a dad to see you enjoy the challenge. I think any parent can relate to, you want to see your kids embrace challenges. You want to see them say, I accept the challenge and overcome it, whether that's in school or sports or, you know, hunting. Hey, this is hard, I'm not very good at it, I'm gonna work at it and get better. I love seeing that in my children. You know, it makes you feel like they're gonna be able to handle the world when they get out there, because life's certainly full of challenges. I think the other cool thing about bow hunting in Iowa anyway, is it gives you a lot more time to hunt. You know, you get youth season, but then it goes into archery season, and gun season doesn't come in until December, right? So that entire October, November, whereas before you can't really be doing very much. Now that you can bow hunt, you can spend time in the tree, and it's arguably the best time to be in a tree.
bow hunting was a lot more challenging than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I had just gotten off the gun and I had just gotten this new bow. I was sort of comparing it. I thought it would be sort of the same as a gun.
Sure.
And
Animal
it was
walks
not.
up and you shoot it. Yeah.
It was not at all. Like you said, when I was shooting the Kobalt, I could really only get out to like 15 yards. So we really had to wait until the animal, whether deer, turkey, or anything, came in. And then you have to make sure that they don't see you when you're drawing back.
Really challenging.
Yeah.
Right, and one turkey we had hang up at like 19 yards, which you're like, man, it is so close. And it was out of our effective range, and that's something that turkey just sat there strutting at 19 yards, and with the 20 gauge, you would have killed him 100 times. And that's one of the things I think that so many people find attractive about bow hunting is the intimacy of it. I mean, like getting deer, your game, whatever your target is, just in really close range.
My biggest obstacle with bow hunting is the precision of it and having to have the patience to let the turkey or the deer or any of the animals come to you, and being able to accept that you're gonna miss sometimes, because I was very mad at myself. I thought I was the problem the first couple of times when I shot and I missed, or I shot and it didn't kill. And so just being able to accept that you're not gonna get an animal every time you shoot, and it's not always gonna be the perfect hunt, is, I feel like, one of my biggest challenges, and one of the biggest challenges of hunting at all, but especially bow hunting.
Especially bow hunting, yep. Yep, that is true. It's interesting to hear you say that, because I think that's a good point. You know, I think every bow hunter has experienced failure, right? And that's probably not the best word, because I think one of the things that you learn to take out of hunting, like I call it tree therapy, right? And now I go and I'm hunting one particular deer, right? So there are lots of unsuccessful hunts, right? And so when you first start out hunting, it is a lot about, the goal is to kill, right? You want to kill every time you go, and that's how we define success. But as we move through our career and mature as hunters, we don't define a successful hunt as a kill. You know, there's a lot of other things to enjoy and get out of hunts. I think that's a very fascinating thing that you said there at this young juncture.
I'm very excited to bring to you guys my first kill as a bow hunter. Me and my dad had, that was like our second hunt of the season. We showed up, and a couple hours in, I spotted a couple of birds coming down, and I was like, are those turkeys? Like, what are those? And Dad was like, those are turkeys. And so we waited until they came in, and then I shot and I killed, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Third chair, I'm not sure of this.
I'm ready today.
Smart. Who said you can't learn stuff? Get him right above the beard if he's facing you. Can you see him? Oh, great. What? Take your time. Shoot the one on the left. You can shoot directly in the center of the back. Or the one that's broadside. Shot that one. I think you hit it pretty good. I think you got it. I don't think he's up there. I use my 10-toy, so. You just got your first turkey with a bow. Nice job.
Oh my gosh.
You held draw for a long time.
Yeah. I could feel that I was getting a bit tired.
What was going through your head?
Well, first, I noticed that I was not these were not lined up. I was just looking at it, not through this, so that's why I exclaimed whatever I said, I don't remember. But also, I could feel my arms getting a bit more tired, and I was getting worried because I didn't know if they were going to straight up attack the tom.
Yeah.
Decoy, and so...
Yeah. You were very patient. I thought you were going to shoot him before that, but that was so cool. Kill a turkey with a bow.
Yeah.
That is awesome, honey.
I'm so happy. Hi, I just killed my first turkey with a bow, and I'm Bella.
We're down at the river bottom farm, and yesterday we hunted the home farm, and it was pretty slow. We saw some toms off in the field that we weren't in. Tried to make a move on a mid-morning, never had any luck. And this morning, the same sort of thing. We decided to come down to the river bottom farm. I've had lots of pictures of strutters down here this year. I mean, we heard one gobble. It is, what time is it?
I think I found Bambi.
It's 7:45 right now. And we just had 2 red heads pop out of the pinch. Got really excited. Didn't realize they were jakes, so kind of hesitated for a bit. And I told Bella, I was like, whatever you want to do, if you want to shoot one or not shoot one, it doesn't really matter. And she decided, here comes some more turkeys. She decided that she was going to go ahead and take her first bird with a bow. Pretty excited. She made a great shot. He's dead right there in the field. We'll walk straight to him.
What do you think happened to his eye?
I think that other one was pecking him for 20 minutes. That's kind of strange, huh?
How interesting. Let's call him Lefty.
This one's notched.
I shot my first animal with a bow,
Yeah, you did.
and it's amazing.
I am super excited right now because this is my first animal that I've ever shot with a bow. Last year, I was very frustrated. I had the same bow and I shot at a tom and it didn't work out because he flicked his wing and the arrow went out. And so I'm really pleased with how this went.
It's pretty awesome. You guys hear me say this over and over, but I just couldn't be more proud of her. It worked out beautifully today. Bella's actually the one that saw the 2 jakes pop out of the timber. Just made a great shot. She had to hold for nearly a minute and just went through her process. Really proud of how she went through her process of anchoring well, making sure the housing and the peep were lined up well. Executed a perfect shot, and he didn't go very far at all. And it's just awesome to see. First animal with a bow. Super proud. I've got a bow tag, Gavin's got a gun tag. We're gonna maybe slip on over to some of these other fields and see if we can't strike up a bird. It's been absolutely quiet this morning, so despite the beautiful conditions, we're gonna go see if we can't catch up with another one.
After that hunt, I was so giddy. I was just like,
Great word. Yeah.
I just did this.
It's almost disbelief. I think we both were like,
though.
did that just happen? It actually just
Seriously,
happened.
It's like what happened with Big Mac, how
Right.
we were just both so happy, and I was feeling so proud of like myself because
Yes.
I had just killed my first animal with a bow, and I feel like for me that is a very big milestone.
Yes, it is.
Especially after last year, but
A lot of effort. The success happens finally.
yeah, finally gotten an animal down with a bow.
Yeah. So what's the next thing you want to accomplish with the bow?
My next goal as a hunter, a bow hunter, is to get my effective shooting distance farther out on the RX-8 and to be able to pull back more poundage and then eventually shoot a turkey or a deer with the RX-8. I want to get as good as you.
Yeah, it's certainly a big girl bow. But yeah, I mean, you had maxed out the Kobalt and you outgrown it, so to speak, and so moving you up to the next bow, you're going to be able to continue to get stronger, pull back more weight. That's going to in turn allow you to shoot farther, more accurately. Yeah, I mean, turkey season's wrapping up over here, so your next season's going to be this fall. And we have a few months to get ready, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can put down in the tree stand this year.
Me as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll see you next time.